Halloween night, little costumed kids come out to trick or treat. But don't be tricked into a false sense of security when it comes to looking after your children, especially with regard to sex offenders in your community. Denise O'Donnell is the Deputy Secretary for Public Safety in New York and Commissioner of the state's Division of Criminal Justice.
I don't know why you would want your child to trick or treat at the home of a known sex offender. Many sex offenders also are under obligation not to interact with children, not to answer the door. Many sex offenders who are under supervision are required to be home, so they may be home while this trick-or-treating is going on. But I really can't see any benefit to wanting your child to trick-or-treat at the home of a known sex offender, and lots of benefits to finding out where sex offenders do live in your community.
Every state has a sex offender registry, and most are available online or over the phone using a 1-800 number. This allows parents to locate sex offenders in their communities, making it easier for them to avoid sex offenders' homes on Halloween.
I think the sex offender registry is a tool. It's only one tool. It's not a basis to let down your guard or to be less vigilant about your children and sex offenders that may be in your neighborhood. But it is a way, a very easy way for parents to go online and to find out whether there are registered sex offenders in your neighborhood, and to use that information when your child is trick-or-treating.
But in most states, it's up to the offenders to register themselves, and there's no guarantee they're providing the correct information.
We don't know for sure. What we do have is a very active program to go out and check addresses, to go out and check for sex offenders who don't register and try to locate them. But again, that's going down and tracking sex offenders who haven't registered. They may register and provide false information, and we might not even be aware of it.
That's why the commissioner says the sex offender registry is just one tool parents can use to protect their children on Halloween.
In fact, the vast majority of individuals who commit sex offenses are not on the sex offender registry. Most of them are committing offenses for the first time. Most of the offenders who commit sex offenses against kids are people who are in that child's life, whether it is, unfortunately, a parent or an adult that has access to that child, or someone that the child engages with in their normal activities.
There are steps parents can take to keep their children safe while trick-or-treating.
The first thing parents can do is to go with their kids, and that becomes more challenging as your kids get older. But it is important to be there, to know where they're going and who they're interacting with. I think is very important.
And make sure you know whose doorbell your child is ringing.
Another rule is to be safe. Let your kids go trick-or-treating at houses where you do know the people, you know your neighbors. Many families are having parties or neighborhood gatherings instead of trick-or-treating. I mean, my kids love trick-or-treating. It's an American pastime. But we really have to factor the benefits with the risks. And I think parents being there, being vigilant, knowing the houses where their kids are going trick-or-treating is probably the safest way to spend the holiday.